Super Bowl 60 is about to explode. Two names the whole world is watching: Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus, who will be crowned this year's halftime queen. On one side, the ultimate hitmaker. On the other, the fearless rebel ready to blow up the stage. This isn't just music, it's a showdown between two pop icons of a generation. Place your bets, because this show is going to be anything but calm. As the countdown to Super Bowl 60 begins, fans across the globe are getting hyped, not just for the touchdowns, turnovers, or commercials featuring talking animals, but for what is arguably the most iconic 15 minutes in American pop culture: the halftime show. This year, the speculation is juicier than usual, with two megawatt names leading the conversation: Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus. The debate isn't just about who has the best vocals or most recognizable hits. It's about who will command the world's largest stage with more drama, flair, and internet-breaking power. In the red corner, we have Taylor Swift, America's sweetheart, Spotify's golden child, and the woman who could probably sell out a concert on the moon. In the blue corner, Miley Cyrus, pop rebel, vocal powerhouse, and the artist most likely to turn a family-friendly football break into a trending global headline. Fans, critics, and oddsmakers alike are placing their bets, literally and figuratively, on who will take the stage. Because yes, in today's hyper-online, celebrity-driven world, even the halftime show has odds. And those odds tell a story. So far, the smart money is on Taylor Swift. Her Eras tour has been a cultural event of unprecedented scale, with sold-out stadiums, viral TikTok moments, and more costume changes than a Broadway revue. She's on fire, commercially and critically, and her clean-cut image is practically tailor-made, pun very intended, for the NFL's Middle America demographic. If corporate America had to engineer the perfect halftime performer in a lab, she would emerge wearing sequins, strumming a guitar, and thanking everyone for believing in her journey. Meanwhile, Miley Cyrus is lurking just outside the spotlight, daring the NFL to let her back on national TV with no leash and a live mic. She's been steadily carving a more mature, rock-infused identity, part glam, part grit, all attitude, and her performances have been nothing short of electric. She's unpredictable in a way that keeps producers up at night, but also keeps fans coming back for more. One minute she's covering Fleetwood Mac, the next she's belting out a soulful ballad with tears in her eyes. The woman contains multitudes, and possibly fireworks. Oddsmakers have taken notice. While there are no official Vegas lines on this just yet, industry insiders and betting circles are buzzing with speculation. Taylor Swift is being treated as the favorite, with estimated odds floating around -150, suggesting a roughly 60% chance in her favor. Miley Cyrus is considered the underdog, with odds closer to +180, implying that while less likely, a win would be far from shocking. For the mathematically disinclined, this simply means Taylor is expected, but not guaranteed, to headline. The possibility of a surprise announcement or a wild card appearance still looms. So how do we interpret these odds? They're less about actual insider knowledge and more a reflection of narrative momentum. Taylor has been on a sustained hot streak for years. She's mainstream, she's powerful, and she's universally recognizable, all factors that make her a safe and sensational pick. If she gets the nod, no one will be surprised. Parents will nod approvingly, teens will scream in unison, and advertisers will prepare ad campaigns involving cats, friendship bracelets, and pastel aesthetics. Miley, on the other hand, is a bit more of a gamble, and that's not a bad thing. She has edge, she has vocal chops that can stop time, and she has a history of creating the kinds of pop culture moments that become burned into your memory, whether you like it or not. Choosing Miley would signal that the NFL is ready to embrace risk, lean into modern rock pop energy, and potentially shake things up in a way that hasn't been done since a certain wardrobe malfunction changed halftime show history forever. And let's not forget the possibility, as remote and unlikely as it may be, that the NFL decides to go full fan fiction fantasy and books them both. Can you imagine? Taylor opens with an ethereal ballad, Miley crashes the stage with a gravelly scream, they trade verses, swap styles, and end with a duet that breaks the internet and possibly human emotion. Sure, it's far-fetched. But this is the Super Bowl. Stranger things have happened, like Left Shark. Of course, the final decision won't come down to just talent or fan excitement. Behind the scenes, this is a carefully calibrated corporate chess match. Pepsi, Apple Music, network executives, marketing firms, and even vaguely worried PR departments have a say. They want a show that grabs attention, but not the kind that gets them angry phone calls from concerned viewers in Nebraska. That's why, historically, the NFL has leaned toward performers who can dazzle without detonating a PR crisis. This is where Taylor has the advantage. She's a cultural phenomenon who plays well with both edgy teens and conservative grandmas. She's emotional, empowering, and polished. You're not going to get a mid-performance political rant, a surprise tattoo reveal, or an impromptu stage dive. You're going to get storytelling, a few tears, and maybe a special guest or two. She's the kind of performer that lets the NFL sleep easy, knowing the headlines tomorrow will be glowing and brand safe. Miley, however, represents something more thrilling. She's raw, she's loud, and she leans into the chaos. A halftime show with her in charge would be a gamble, yes, but also a shot of adrenaline straight to the cultural bloodstream. It would get people talking, tweeting, TikToking, and possibly arguing at Thanksgiving. And in 2025, isn't that the goal? One thing's for sure, both artists could absolutely crush the halftime stage. Taylor has the catalog, the showmanship, and the army of loyal Swifties who would treat the event like a national holiday. Miley has the voice, the attitude, and the ability to turn a 3-minute performance into a pop culture turning point. Choosing between them isn't just a matter of musical preference, it's a choice between spectacle and surprise, between stadium-filling elegance and high-voltage swagger. In the end, the odds may favor Swift, but the story is far from over. The NFL has a history of surprises, last-minute switch-ups, and hush-hush negotiations that explode into public knowledge only when the confetti's already in the air. Until the official announcement is made, fans will continue to speculate, oddsmakers will continue to adjust their lines, and the internet will continue to do what it does best: argue, obsess, and create memes faster than a touchdown drive. So whether you're Team Taylor, Team Miley, or just Team Bring Back Prince Hologram, buckle up. The Super Bowl 60 halftime show might still be months away, but the real entertainment has already begun. And if we're lucky, no matter who takes the stage, we're in for a show worth betting on.